Today, the Houston Evangelistic Network will take a special look at another area minister, Pastor William Irwin. Be sure and like our Facebook and YouTube sites. Most people know I worked in radio and television for many years and was a writer also for magazines. But they don't know a lot of my background is in medical writing, and I'm also a paramedic. I was one of the first paid paramedics for the city of South Houston. I had a regular shift that was really pretty wild. I started Saturday morning and sometimes had shootings and stabbings all the way up to midnight. But one of the things I started doing was barbecuing up at the EMS station, and people dropped by, and it became a big event in South Houston. I bought a really nice piece of property north of Houston, and I spent a lot of time landscaping. I had a vision one day about how nice it would be to get people together for an outdoor worship. And I began thinking of my EMS days when it seemed like people got together for any occasion. So we started clearing the section that I thought would be nice, but didn't expect a lot of people for the first one, maybe 2 or 3. But a lot more showed up, and it was really a good time. Lots of good worship music and sharing by some people I hadn't seen in years.
I think it's in the key of C, A minor, G, F. I think that's pretty much it. All just over and over again. He is jealous of me. Love's like a hurricane. I am a tree, bending beneath the weight of his wind and mercy.
Robert showed up with a guitar, and he was really good. Everyone got into the worship.
I am unaware of these afflictions he gives by glory. I realize just how beautiful you are and how great your...
We all get mad and say, God, where are you when you can't pay your bills, or when you're getting sick, or with something that's like, why am I a Christian and we believe in healing but I can't be healed? But God uses every single one of those. The things that come on us is the things that take us off the wrong path and put us back on the right path. Sometimes you got to know the bad to find out how good the good is.
Really just taking that step, off that step of desperation, where the only thing that you have left is Him. That's how it was for me in the end. It was Jesus, and He was the only one that was left.
Pastor Irwin just got back from the mission field in Africa, and he had a lot of things to share. Pastor Irwin ministered throughout Africa and even had to clear a tree to get to one of the churches.
Reverend William, at work now, trying to remove this tree so that we can have our way. This is a very hard-working man. And the way I see, he's cutting the tree in an African way. Wow. This is tough. Very.
Tell me about Africa.
Africa is it's great. People are really hungry for God. The only thing is, a lot of times they've got into that false prosperity preaching, and they've got it from America. That's the bad part about it is, God wants us to prosper. God wants us to do a lot of things, but He wants our soul to prosper. But when you put that above everything else, then you're losing the true concept of what Christ had came here to do in the first place. And actually, what I did when I went over there, I tried to reintroduce Christ in a way that they've never been taught before, and that's to be able to have that personal relationship with Him. A lot of it's a religious standpoint, but they've never really had that meaningful being able to have that relationship, and it opened up a lot of doors from them. When I was there the first night, in one place we had Kisisi, I think it was. We had just the first night we had 37 salvations, and then we preached night and day. Actually, in all the people were so hungry. We were preaching in the rain, and we didn't allow anything to stop us to do what we were doing. And people were coming and standing in the rain and giving their life to the Lord. And the pastors and us, we were all sitting there laying hands on them and praying with them. I was at one church and there was over 1,500 people there. And when I gave an altar call, I actually had probably 2/3 that came up and rededicated their life to the Lord. And the pastor, he was just floored. He never seen anything like that. And of course, it's nothing me. It wasn't me. It was the Spirit of God. It was moving. And I had a team, two pastors that were from Kampala that were with me. And when we went into Uganda, and then everywhere we go, the people are hungry. People are hungry for the Lord.
Together with the man of God, Pastor Jackson, all the way from Uganda, they are trying to remove this tree so that our car can have a way we have to pass by. Congratulations. Missionaries have to fit everywhere, in every situation, and serve. This is a part of gospel. You are done. Pastor Doring. No, you are playing around.
The church is actually really kind of falling away. It's because it's the watered down messages. It's we don't want to really offend anybody.
You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect.